Recent reports highlight a subtle but significant shift in the British monarchy's leadership dynamics, driven by King Charles's ongoing cancer treatment and the public's response to Queen Camilla and Catherine, Princess of Wales. As Charles steps back from day-to-day duties, a narrative has emerged of a crisis of confidence within the palace, with Camilla struggling to connect emotionally with the public and Catherine emerging as the monarchy's de facto face. This analysis examines these claims, focusing on the provided content, and evaluates their implications for the royal family's future. King Charles's cancer diagnosis, announced in February 2024, has visibly impacted his ability to lead the monarchy's daily operations. Buckingham Palace confirmed he began treatment for an unspecified cancer type following a procedure for an enlarged prostate, leading to postponed public engagements while he continued state business privately. The narrative describes quieter meetings, postponed events, and a lost sense of direction, suggesting a leadership vacuum. Insiders reportedly call this a crisis of confidence, as Charles's absence leaves the monarchy without its usual drive. This health-driven retreat aligns with reports of Charles's limited public appearances, such as his return to duties in April 2024, including a visit to a cancer treatment center and plans for a long-haul trip to Australia and Samoa. However, his ongoing treatment, underscored by a brief hospital stay in March 2025 due to treatment side effects, indicates a reduced capacity to lead actively. This has shifted attention to other royals, particularly Camilla and Catherine. Queen Camilla has taken on additional duties to fill the gap, attending events like the Royal Maundy service in March 2024 and accompanying Charles at public appearances. Yet, the narrative paints her as unable to capture the public's heart, describing her as a reminder of a painful past tied to Princess Diana's legacy. Despite her efforts, patronages, speeches, and a steady presence, her public image remains divided, with approval described as silent tolerance rather than genuine affection. This perception is not new. Camilla's role as Queen Consort, formalized at Charles's coronation, was met with muted public response compared to Queen Elizabeth II's celebrated reign. The narrative suggests her polished but formal demeanor fails to ignite emotional connection, with public loyalty never fully embracing her due to lingering memories of Diana. While Camilla has earned respect within royal circles for her loyalty to Charles, her inability to ignite the crowd limits her as a unifying figure during this fragile moment. In contrast, Catherine, Princess of Wales, is portrayed as the monarchy's emotional and symbolic cornerstone. Her cancer diagnosis in March 2024, followed by chemotherapy and remission, announced in September 2024, amplified public support. Even during her recovery, her absence was more powerful than many royals' presence, with her return to public duties such as attending Trooping the Colour and Wimbledon in 2024 met with overwhelming emotion. Her initiatives, like the Shaping Us campaign for early childhood development, are lauded as human and impactful, resonating globally. The narrative frames Catherine as embodying warmth, sincerity, and resilience, qualities likened to Diana but distinct in their modern, drama-free execution. Her ability to connect across generations without chasing headlines has made her a stabilizing force. Polls and social media reflect soaring approval, positioning her as the true queen in waiting. Insiders note her growing influence in palace strategy, with her input now central to discussions on the monarchy's future. Her role as joint patron of the Royal Marsden Hospital, where she received treatment, further cements her as a humanitarian leader. The narrative suggests a deliberate, unspoken transition orchestrated by Charles. While fiercely loyal to Camilla, he reportedly recognizes her limitations in anchoring the monarchy's future. Instead, he is rebalancing influence toward Catherine, assigning her high-profile duties in diplomacy and social causes like mental health and education. Camilla's schedule, meanwhile, has softened, with fewer engagements and a shift toward ceremonial roles. This is described as a redirection rather than a demotion, allowing Camilla to support Charles without leading the public narrative. This shift is evident in public events. Catherine's appearances, even brief, command attention, with media framing her as a standalone figure rather than just William's partner. Reports of palace advisors pushing for a long-term vision led by William and Catherine reinforce this recalibration. The coronation of Charles and Camilla, meant to usher in a new era, instead highlighted Catherine's magnetism, with her composure overshadowing Camilla's formal presence. This subtle transition, described as a reversal or recalibration, positions Catherine as the monarchy's emotional core without formal title changes. Public response overwhelmingly favors Catherine, with social media and polls celebrating her as a stabilizing, relatable figure. Her resilience through illness, likened to Diana's emotional legacy, has solidified her as the people's queen. However, Camilla's supporters argue she's been unfairly sidelined, citing her decades of loyalty and service. Traditionalists worry the focus on Catherine's popularity risks undermining the monarchy's hierarchical structure, though others see it as necessary for survival in a modern, image-driven era. This transition reflects a broader cultural shift. The monarchy's relevance now hinges on emotional connection, not just tradition. Catherine's ability to embody both through her work and public persona makes her a natural leader for this new era. Charles's strategic pivot ensures the monarchy's survival by aligning it with public sentiment, while Camilla's quiet step back avoids conflict but acknowledges her limited emotional pull. The monarchy is navigating uncharted territory as Charles's health challenges expose its vulnerabilities. Camilla's steady but distant presence cannot fill the emotional void, while Catherine's rise, driven by public trust and quiet authority, offers a path forward. Charles's calculated decision to elevate Catherine's influence without diminishing Camilla's role is a pragmatic response to a changing Britain. This isn't a dramatic upheaval but a graceful recalibration, with Catherine emerging as the monarchy's future, not through ambition, but through the public's unwavering belief in her. The crown endures, but its face is now Catherine's, signaling a new era defined by trust, resilience, and connection.